Coach T Fear Zip-Up Hoodie. Order now.
I think I'll pass. Big Deke news. Maybe if we didn't fear Joe Flacco, I'd buy the hoodie. But this isn't just a last game issue. This has been more of a decade-long issue with these Steelers defenses. Like, when's the last time you actually felt like a Steelers defense has played with confidence, conviction, that extra set of belief? It's been a while. I'd argue it's been since the Dick LeBeau days. Because, hell, I'm watching Monday Night Football last night. And Texans-Seahawks, their defenses have got more juice to them than anything I've seen from a Steelers defense in a while. They look more like what a Steelers defense is supposed to look like than a damn Steelers defense. Like, it's crazy. And the Texans gave up 27 points. Yet in, like, the second half and the fourth quarter, I felt like they had so much fight in them. They were clawing back and trying to give C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense a chance. They were fighting out there. It seemed like even though they gave up 27 points, they had belief, conviction that they had a chance. They were getting stops all in the second half, giving the ball back to C.J. Stroud. I'm like, where has that been here in Pittsburgh? Where has that been? And then Seahawks, obviously, they did a stellar job the whole night. But it was like, I haven't seen that in the black and gold for a minute. Coincidence that both those teams have good defensive play callers leading them, and Mike McDonald and D'Amico Ryans? No. But I know those defenses aren't getting paid close to what the Steelers defense is getting paid. It's just concerning. It's just sad. Yeah, just sad. And then you got comments like this being made from Patrick Queen yesterday.
We wasn't doing that. I don't think we were physical enough. I don't think we was expecting them to ranking because, the whole ranking and all this and that. Like, hey, they'll run the ball this amount of times, whatever. So I think we got pretty complacent with thinking they weren't going to run a lot. And, they kind of didn't run a lot, but the ones they had was big poppers. So definitely can't have that. Definitely got to get better at that.
Like, what was that comment? Like, what is that? Is that the mentality now? Is that the Steeler mentality? The Steeler standard? No, like, that's, come on. But I was thinking about this too yesterday. And no one else is going to give you this take. This one's a Deke original right here. Going back to Thursday Night Football. If Mike Tomlin and the Steelers were so fearful of Joe Flacco, we have such a reverence for him, and then he has the performance that he has, almost 350 and 3 touchdowns against us. Like, if we view him so highly, and the fact that he was available for nothing, he's out there on the scrap heap putting up games like that, why should we be so protective of our draft picks in 2026 and in the future? Like, why? Because I know in this 2026 draft, with the state of the Steelers right now, Rodgers potentially being on his last year, and the draft being in Pittsburgh, everyone's talking about the Steelers getting their future franchise quarterback in this upcoming draft. And we have hordes of draft picks, and we're building up the draft capital to make sure we get our guy. Like, if we're picking late, we're going to parlay some of these picks, move up, get the future. But if you got Joe Flacco out there for free going off for 350 and 3 touchdowns, like, why are we so focused on this 2026 draft and getting a guy there when Joe Flacco's out there for nothing and can just come up off the street and shred your defense for 350, 3 touchdowns? And we're so reverent of him, right? We think he's so good. Dude, like, he was there for free. Now, we have Aaron Rodgers, obviously, but Joe Flacco's not the only guy in kind of this quarterback carousel that's been available in some of these recent seasons. It's Flacco, it's Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Geno Smith had his second stint up in Seattle. Obviously, he's playing awful with the Raiders. Hell, even with, what's-his-face, Canales down with the Panthers. Bryce Young is over 500 in the year of 2025. So why are we so focused and so protective of these draft picks for 2026 when you just don't know what the hell is going to happen? Because these draft picks are so hit and miss and everything. What I do know is we got Aaron Rodgers playing at an elite level right now. And Arthur Smith, you want to talk about how some of these quarterbacks that get forgotten about, talented QBs, didn't work out in their first situation, but go to their second or third stints, it works out. It's because of the offensive coordinator, offensive system, play calling, etc., etc. And what I do know, not only Rodgers playing elite, but also Arthur Smith is competent, knows what he's doing. We actually have that here in Pittsburgh over these last couple years with Smith. As crazy as it sounds, but from Russ to Fields to Aaron Rodgers, offense has been above average to really good at times. So we need to double down on that. We actually should double down on trying to keep Arthur Smith. Why are we so focused on this 2026 thing and these future draft picks? Well, I don't know for a fact if we are or not. We'll see what happens coming up to the trade deadline. I'm just saying this. If you see that there's guys out there like Flacco and Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, all these dudes that are forgotten about that can basically be had for free or at a huge discount, going to new situations and flourishing because of what these new situations offer from an offensive standpoint, the offensive play callers, the OCs, the schemes, all that stuff, then why are we so worried about trying to get a guy in the draft as opposed to having the system in place already and being able to bring in someone potentially at a value? Because you just don't know what the future holds. You don't know what the quarterback landscape is going to look like. You don't know if Rodgers is going to come back. You don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be available from the Cardinals. You don't know if Cam Ward, if the Titans end up with the number 1 pick in this upcoming draft, if the Titans would be willing to move off of Cam Ward so easily. And if we have an Arthur Smith here, who's to say, all right, it didn't work in Tennessee with Cam Ward, but this dude's a number 1 overall pick talent. Why not trade like a 4th-round pick, see what he could do with the Steelers, compete with a Will Howard? So I think we should be a lot less worried about this 2026 quarterback and these future picks, and a little bit more worried about trying to help this offense in the here and now and getting Aaron Rodgers another legitimate weapon on the outside. That's what I think. That's where that whole spiel took me. And I was thinking just yesterday, like, yeah, if we have that much reverence for Joe Flacco and he was available for free, like he was literally available for free, why are we so protective of these 2026 picks and not using them to help what we got going on offense in the here and now? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do spend one of these draft picks and get a legitimate weapon in here. Now, some of you are thinking that guy is going to be Tyler Lockett because he was just released by the Titans, or he requested his release, and they're going to grant him that, and he's eligible to sign with another team at some point on Wednesday. A lot of people are thinking that's going to be a done deal, that Tyler Lockett is going to be the answer. And he's a guy that we don't even have to trade for because he's going to be available via free agency. Simply put, my answer is no. Just no. Come on. This doesn't make sense at all. I get the name, Tyler Lockett, the reunion with DK Metcalf. But come on, bro. How is that an upgrade over what we got? If we're trading for a weapon, if we're adding another weapon on offense, it's got to be an upgrade. It's got to be splash. It can't just be, honestly, at this point, a lesser version of what we got in Calvin Austin. I get Lockett's more proven through the course of his career, but in the here and now, I don't think he's better than Calvin Austin. You look at their seasons last year, Austin versus Lockett's pretty much the same, but Austin has way more upside. And then, hell, even compared to Roman Wilson, is Tyler Lockett even better right now? Look at his stats with the Titans. I get it's the Titans, and they don't know really what the hell they're doing, but yeah, I'll take my chances with Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, and even a Scotty Miller and the receivers that we have over bringing in Tyler Lockett. There's just no point. There's absolutely no point. 33 years old. He had 10 receptions, 70 yards with the Titans, and then the year prior in Seattle, 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. Calvin Austin had the same season with the Steelers last year, but again, I think has more upside, has been in the system here. There's no point in bringing in Tyler Lockett to really shake things up in that dynamic unless you know for sure he's going to be an upgrade over Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, and Scotty Miller. I don't think he is. If we're bringing in Jalen Waddle, we're bringing in Garrett Wilson, different story, completely different story. So I'm not bringing in Tyler Lockett. It just really doesn't make sense to me. And the beauty of trading for one of these higher-end receivers, and this goes hand in hand with what I was talking about, not focusing as much on the future and the uncertainty and more focused on the now, is that getting a Garrett Wilson, getting a Chris Olave, a Jalen Waddle helps with both. It's a win-win for both the now and the future because obviously having Garrett Wilson across from DK Metcalf, that helps the offense in 2025. But you mean to tell me Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf or Chris Olave and DK Metcalf ain't helping out whatever future quarterback we have here in 2026? Whether it's a Will Howard or we bring in someone from the outside, like, come on. Come on. Or maybe it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I know all of us would welcome him back. He just got to stay healthy. And it'll help if he's not getting tackled by his own teammates, yet Broderick Jones is saying might happen again.
Yeah, he was a little mad, but sorry, it's football. It gets intense. But, it's still no love lost. It's just the energy that he brings and that I bring. He told me don't lose the fire, and I told him the same. So, we shall see on Sunday. After he throws another touchdown, I might tackle him again.
I know this is all in good fun. I know he's kind of joking about it, but it's just not a good joke anymore. It's like that Step Brothers skit.
Okay, now the tuxedos seem kind of fucked up.
It's like it's cool because Rodgers is okay, but no, we don't even joke about it anymore. No, because if you heard Aaron Rodgers, that's not good. Just not good. It's just don't even think about it. Don't even entertain it. Don't even joke about it on the field because all it takes is maybe for you to trip over yourself as you're joking about it, and then you do fall on Aaron Rodgers again, and the result isn't what it was the first time. But that's it for today's show. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Stay chilling. Peace.